This is Pierre Delacote working at Planet Technologies. I wanted to shoot a short video to explain what is Teams. If you're new to Teams or if you're not sure what it is about, this is for you. So it's really simple. There are four main components. There are presence, so it is your status, are you available or not, are you busy, are you in a call in a meeting, so people can know what you're doing. There's a chat tool. You can chat with one person, several person, what we call group chat. You can share a document in chat. There are meeting features, so you can do remote meetings with a lot of features. And there is collaboration. So mainly that the four components, core components of Teams. And the big one, I will say, is collaboration. I will just comment that people probably start with presence is everywhere, so it's not even a component, it's part of it. But people start with chat and meeting, that's what is most common, and then they dive into collaboration. The collaboration is really the most transformative. So basically, it's a one-stop shop for collaboration. You can do everything, almost everything regarding collaboration. Here, an example of what you were doing in the old world and what you can do in just with one experience on, every device, um, mobile, smartphone, tablet, computer, desktop, laptop, on a browser. Everything can be done in one experience, one tool. All what you were doing in the old world, now you can do it in several silos, with several tools. You cannot do it in one only tool, and that changed life. So what are the main benefits? I will say that if you use Teams properly, you will reduce drastically the number of emails that you're sending, because you can live without emails except for external communication. So and you reducing the noise of information, because you will also you will only see posts where you had mentioned, if you manage correctly your notifications. The, you will save time when you work on document. You'll be able to work on document with different people at the same time without having to know where is the latest version. You will have everything without all the documents already organized and with no duplicates and no back and forth email to comment on the document or modify the document. This is a nightmare email. You don't have that problem in Teams. You will have a search engine, so you won't have to search among your email, because in your email everything is flat and you don't know where things are, especially when you receive too many emails. Here, you don't have to search, because you have the information. The post documents are already sorted because they're already in a channel, so they're already contextualized. And also you have a search engine where if you want to search among several teams, several channels at the same time. No need for searching. Everything is there where it's supposed to be. And also what is really important, everything is in context. So since the team is for collaboration is organized in different channels, you already have all the communication, the posts in the context of the channel, so you know what it's talking about. It's already sorted. You can have notes attached to the channel. You can have documents. You can have tasks. You can have really tons of other contexts, like a tab with a intranet. It can be a SharePoint site. It can be an internet site. Whatever you can add, build a cockpit around your channel. Meetings. So the benefit of having virtual meetings, you don't have to commute. Even we forget sometimes that we commute inside our office when we transitioning from one building to the other, um, from one office to the other, and you don't need to fight for booking a room since everything is virtual. The number of meetings should decrease if, once again, Teams is used properly. So you will have less meetings, and you will have shorter meetings because then Teams help you to be aligned. So you might not have to meet all the time to align, because usually we use meetings to get aligned, because this is a perpetual conversation around what you're doing in your team environment. So you don't have to meet all the time, and when you meet, you just make decisions. So having this discussion prior to the meeting, during the meeting, eventually if you have a meeting, and after meeting helps you to be aligned really quickly and with less need for meetings. That's the meeting efficiency, which is also a benefit, and since you can, discuss prior to the meeting, during the meeting, after the meeting, you can capture the meeting. You can capture through the recording, through the transcription. You can see who said what when, and you have all the context, and you can catch up if you were not able to join the meeting. So definitely that, a list of most time saver thanks to Teams. But there are way more, and you will explore that. I wanted to focus on the Teams for collaboration. There's a concept everybody needs to understand. When you join a team, it's just like if you were entering in a house. Either the team is private, so you need to be invited, or the team is open and you can join the team. When you join the team, so when you're in the house, you have several rooms in the house. They call channels. So every room has a function, um, and everybody has access to the room. So it's the concept of transparency is key in team, because you have access to every room, except if you have a private channel. So it will be a locked room. You will need to have a key to get into the private channels. We don't usually recommend that. We recommend more to have an open house, and if you want to have a private conversation about something, you probably need to create a team. But you can do that, and every channel have what we so just like a house, every room can have appliances, and they are the tabs. So they give you the context of the team. So the tab by default, the tab for the post, wherever it's just like if you were putting sticky notes, post-it on a wall. There are the files. It's just like having a shelf and storing your documents. You can organize your documents by folders, and you can have basically whatever you want, because you can have your other tabs, like you can um, have a OneNote tab where you're gonna log everything, all the notes of your meetings or other information you want to share with everybody. So when the person enter in the room, he sees the tabs, so he sees the context of the channel right away, and it gives more ability to work and be focused on what's important. So that will help you to transition if you decide to move in Teams out of Outlook. And Outlook, as it was the only solution, so I'm not going to blame on people who are using Outlook, but we were sending email to communicate and even to collaborate, sending attachment with documents, and 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 everything is flat, and you have different version of documents in it, and everyone is inbox. It's a madness. It's really complicated to manage. There were then Microsoft introduced OneDrive and SharePoint. So it was a little bit better because you were able to store the documents centrally, either in SharePoint, OneDrive, and you can start to co-author into those documents. But still, you were using Outlook to communicate around that. And then Teams is there. Now there's no need for any email. Everything is in one place, already sorted in a channel, and you can have conversation in context. Transparency will help you to understand what's going on without being annoyed by too much noise. If you decide to follow a channel, you will receive notification. If you don't decide, you will receive notification only when you had mentioned. So you can manage properly that. You cannot do that with email. You cannot say, I don't want to receive any email. So here it's really powerful, and it's really a new way of working that you might want to explore. Finally, what's behind Team for to be a little bit more technical for people who are a little bit tech savvy. When you create a team for collaboration, you need to understand that. So when you create a team, you have first what they call a general channel, and then you can create your own channel. So behind a team, there's one SharePoint site. So you can have access to the SharePoint site if you want, but the whole idea is to hide the complexity of SharePoint um, with a simple user interface in Teams, and you can still navigate in your Word document, etc. But if you're more tech savvy, if you're more advanced, you can switch to SharePoint and do more things in SharePoint. But you need to know that behind Teams there is a SharePoint. Also, and it's not there in this diagram, but when you're dragging a document in a group chat or in a chat with somebody, it's automatically stored in your OneDrive as a storage. So in fact, Teams is just user interface, and the storage is either in OneDrive when you use group chat, or in SharePoint when you use Teams. So that's in a nutshell what is Teams, with a focus on Teams for collaboration. I hope it was helpful to understand.